Inflation has been one of the most discussed talking points in Hypixel Skyblock. Prices continue to rise, players continue to accumulate money, and money-making methods become stronger and stronger. But is that really true in 2024? Today, I'm going to be taking a look at the price of quite a few different items over the past year, and attempting to determine how much inflation is currently being experienced by the Skyblock player base. Before we continue, I just want to say, if you are interested in picking up anything from the latest fire sale or anything else from the Hypixel store, make sure you use code RAIL at checkout for 5% off your order, as it really helps out the channel and myself a lot. Thank you so much for your support, and back to the video. In order to properly analyze how much inflation has been in the economy over the past years, we're going to be taking a look at 15 key items. These are Stock of Stonks, Booster Cookies, Recombobulators, Summoning Eyes, Inferno Apexes, Implosion Books, Revenant Viscera, Kismet Feathers, Green Candy, Jacob's Tickets, Titanic Experience Bottles, Enchanted Quartz, Hot Potato Books, and Flawless Ruby Gemstones. Obviously, there are a million other items you can look at on the Bazaar, but I feel like these 15 give you a pretty good look at how the economy is doing from both an endgame and early game perspective. Starting off, we're going to be taking a look at Stock of Stonks. The current lowest offered price in the sell offers section is 5,165,453.7 coins, which, compared to last year, is a difference of 5.42%. which is fairly similar to the US inflation rate from 2022 to 2023. Obviously, this price difference leaves out the fact that Stock of Stonks greatly changed over the last year, going from around 5 million coins to 35 million coins and then back down to 5 million. It's really been a wild ride for people who have Stock of Stonks. Moving along, we have Booster Cookies, which currently the lowest sell offer price is 11,934,997.8 coins. Compared to last year, this is a difference of 69.04%. This really goes to show that Booster Cookie prices are very much still rising, and they are actually the price that has risen the most on the entire list. This makes sense considering it's very much dependent on real-world market values, and the amount of people who are playing also plays a part. I would imagine that this continues to rise over the next year. Taking a look at Recombobulators, the current sell offer is 7,890,071.5 coins. Compared to last year, this is a difference of 2.18%, which frankly isn't that much. Also, keep in mind that there is currently a 3-perk poll, so this price is a little bit lower for the time being. The 7-day average price was 8.4 million, which would showcase a change of around 6 to 8%. Moving on to Summoning Eyes, the current sell offer is 1,041,226.3 coins. Compared to last year, this is a difference of 14.42%. This is pretty interesting as the price of Summoning Eyes has actually been falling for some time now. This is due to the Primal Dragon update, which eventually ended up getting scrapped. I imagine that this will continue to fall until it reaches a lower value, probably closer to the one last year. Moving right along, we have Implosion Books, which are currently sitting at 256,862,359.1 coins each. This is a pretty big difference from last year, which is down 35.57%. Last year at this time, they were sitting at 398 million coins apiece, which is pretty crazy. Revenant Viscera is currently sitting at 83,270.1 coins apiece, and it is down 28.13% from last year, when it was sitting at over 115,000 coins a pop. Everybody's favorite Inferno Apexes are going for around 118,729,341.6 coins right now. But a year ago, they were going for upwards of 2 billion coins. Frequently, you would not be able to find these on the auction house for the entire year of 2023, or at least the first 10 months. The price spiked right around the time that July 2023 rolled around, meaning that this price has fallen 94.06% in the last year. The highest percentage fall of any item on this list, and probably any item in Skyblock as a whole. It would obviously be incredibly silly of me not to mention that Apexes did get changed in the fall of last year, and that change is responsible for much of the decrease in price. However, over the last year, it has also just fallen after it was changed, Originally, it was around 300 to 400 million in the beginning part of this year, and it has continued to fall since then. It's very likely that it might fall even further, or stabilize around this point. Kismet feathers are currently sitting at 1,978,493.4 coins, an increase over last year by 51.84% when they were sitting at 1.303 million. This is a pretty high rise, and I imagine it will continue to increase over time. Do keep in mind though that the current mayor is Paul, so these are slightly more sought after than normally. Green candy is an example of an item that's pretty much been flat in terms of price. They are currently sitting at 2,209.5 coins each, and last year they were sitting at 2,198 each, a difference of 0.52%. Not much change in terms of the price. Jacob's tickets are at 15,265.7 coins each, a decrease of 36.94% from last year when they were at over 24,000 coins. Titanic experience bottles have experienced some inflation over the last year, currently sitting at 524,316 coins each. This is an increase of 19.76% over the last year, which means that the old price was 437,000 coins. Pretty interesting stuff. Enchanted quartz is currently at 4,157.1 coins each, and previously it was at 4,880 coins each. This is a decrease of 14.81% year over year, meaning that we are seeing some deflation in the price of enchanted quartz. Hot potato books are currently at 86,058 coins each, and last year they were at 81,851 coins each. This is an increase of 5.15%. Finally, we have flawless ruby gemstones, which are at 1,521,235.5 coins each. Last year they were at over 1.62 million each, meaning that there has been a decrease in the price by 6.34%. After collecting all the data and running it through in Excel and seeing what the overall value is, the raw overall value for all of these items and the total Skyblock inflation rate based on this basket of goods would be negative 3.17%. Without Inferno Apexes, which were obviously an outlier, it would be positive 3.110%. Neither of these values are particularly crazy, which to me suggests that Skyblock is not going through a generalized inflationary period. But if you look at specific items, like for example booster cookies and kismet feathers, there is a lot of increase there. Booster cookies once again are up 69.04%. If that carried over to next year, we could see booster cookies as high as 17 or 18 million coins each, which would be a ton of money. However, I don't think you can generalize it to things that are not related to the booster cookie in some way, shape, or form. While yes, Kismet Feathers also had a huge price increase of 51%, they are gotten with bits, and that is obviously related to the booster cookie economy. It's very likely that some of the other parts of the economy have very much deflated over the past year. Looking at Implosion books, Revenant Viscera, looking at Jacob's tickets. A lot of these things have decreased in price fairly significantly, and the reason for that is all over the place. Whether that be players have been more actively engaging in those systems, players are just receiving them more due to updates and quality of life improvements, or just that the price has gone down for whatever reason. Basically, the point of this is that Skyblock's economy is very rapidly changing, and it's not really a fair statement to say that we're just experiencing inflation anymore, because that's not entirely true. While some parts of the economy continue to be incredibly hot from a financial standpoint, and the prices continue to rise, other parts are falling very dramatically. The other big takeaway here is a pretty obvious one, and it's that updates really do matter. A single quality of life update for a certain item can make its price fall by 94%, which is absolutely crazy to think about. Thinking about other things like the stock of Stonks, effectively its price has fallen quite a bit over the last few months, from like 35 million coins down to literally 5 million, and once again that's due to an update. It's very clear that the admins have the final say on what they want the prices to be, so if you're taking a look at this from a financial standpoint, I don't really know the correlation you would have to real life. Maybe if someone found a massive sulfur deposit would be the closest comparison I can think of. In terms of other stuff, though, related to this information, I kind of just wanted to make it because I was personally interested. I haven't seen anyone make like a basket of goods and see what the general like CPI would be. And while this isn't obviously super one-to-one, things are very different in Skyblock. I tried to make this as understandable as possible, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe down below, comment if you appreciated it or just want to have your thoughts. I would love to read them and comment in response. And look to the future, fellas. I'll see you then.